Shut up and sit down.
Good evening, everyone! Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course I am your host, Mr. Main Event himself, the often imitated, never duplicated, Superstar Team Vicious, and we're gonna go over Raw this week. Was in Dayton, Ohio, but before we get into that, folks, have I got big news for you. You see, when we first joined with the Main Event Wrestling Network, I said at the very start, I am looking forward to many great ventures on down the road. And folks, this is one of them because we are now an official WWE Shop affiliate. So what that means is, you click the link in the description box. And what that'll do, that'll send you to WWE Shop. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, what's the difference between doing that or typing in WWE Shop? Well, I'm glad you asked, because let me talk to you. You click that link, it takes you to WWE Shop. You go and you make your purchase, whether it's a LA Knight shirt, yeah, one of those really sweet looking Jacob Fatu Samoan werewolf shirts, a John Cena retirement tour shirt, a title belt, anything off of WWE Shop. And well, what in return we get is we receive a small, generous kickback from that. So, folks, like I always say, we do everything we do on here, we do to make this show better for you. So, when you make those purchases, we receive that kickback, and that kickback comes back into the show. So, we are doing everything to make this better for you in the long run. So, you're already going to go and buy a Rey Mysterio mask. You're already going to go and buy a collector's title. You're already going to go and look for an autographs, pins, buttons, posters, whatever. So why not click on the link, go on there, buy the CM Punk Manchester shirt, and because you were already gonna. Just saying. Just saying. So, with that said, now that we've gone over that, excuse me, we are going to switch gears and talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind and the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. It started out with Tiffany Stratton coming out, as she ever so can, especially now sporting some new hardware because she is Miss Money in the Bank, which, again, you go on, click the link below. Go on there, you could buy a Money in the Bank briefcase. Cheap plug. Anyways, Tiffany is out there, she's gloating. You know, I told you all it's Tiffy time, and now it's just a matter of when, not if, I cash in and become the new Miss. Instead of being Miss Money in the Bank, I am the new WWE Women's Champion. And out comes Bayley, and she goes, congrats kid, you got it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you try and cash that in on me, you're gonna lose, because you're not dealing with Hugger Bayley. You're not dealing with Damage Control Bayley. Nah. See, what you're dealing with is a whole different beast altogether. And I guarantee you ain't gonna last. Then out came the Queen, long may she reign Queen, Nia Jax, addressing Bayley first and foremost. Listen, kid. Listen now, Bayley. You say you're not the role model. You say you're not Damage Control. What Bayley are you? The BBL Bayley? Which, oh boy, that blew up Twitter quick. And then, you know, went back and forth saying basically, you know, watch yourself, you know, don't go looking past and just thinking on her, because come SummerSlam you got to go against me and I'm going to beat your ass and I'm going to be the new world champ. I'm going to be the new champ, and then boom! Sneak attack, which then led to Michin coming in, doing the save, which then led to our first match on SmackDown, Nia versus Michin, which I did enjoy. Excuse me. Nia wound up getting the win. Afterwards, they did a beatdown on Bayley. And then Tiff just held the briefcase, turned around, was looking at the ref. And the ref was asking her, "You cashing in? Are you cashing in? Are you looking to cash in?" And then afterwards, Bayley, Nia just like, she's like, "Hey, seriously? Come on." And the whole time, as they're walking back, Tiffany's like, I'm sorry. And yeah. Then we had Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews doing a tag match against Angel and Berto from Legado, and it was okay. I mean, it was a TV match. It felt, I'm not gonna lie, it felt kind of get my words right. It felt like a fuller match, like it was a popcorn match, just to fill a filler match, to fill up time, you know. But Angel and Berto wound up getting the win. And then we had the megastar L.A. Knight. Yeah, dummy. Yeah, let me talk to you. See, what we got right now is we got the biggest megastar in WWE standing in the middle of the ring. And what he's got in his hand, well, he's got a contract. And not just any kind of contract. It's a contract with his name on it, challenging that walking goofball Logan Paul for his United States Championship at SummerSlam. And it's got his signature on it. He's just waiting for that goof to show up so we could put his name on there and make that match official. Yeah! And then, come SummerSlam, all you're going to see is Logan Paul's head looking up at the stars, counting all them pretty little lights, and hearing Samantha Irvin as she can only say, "Your winner and new WWE United States Champion, L.A. Knight." And that is not an insult. That is just a fact of life. Yeah. At least that's on how I think that's going to go. But in all seriousness, L.A. Knight did come out. He had the contract saying that it's for Logan Paul at SummerSlam, which I have been predicting since like roughly around December of 23, beginning of January 24. No, before that even. I was predicting this before that. So, yeah. I've been saying this for a while now, that this was going to happen. It was just, you know, and I know some people are going to say, well, they should have done this sooner. They should have done this sooner. Well, a lot of people should have done a lot of things. But it happened. Things happened. Stories happened. Plans had to get moved, shifted, and rearranged. Let me ask you this. Do you want to sit there and complain about what should have happened then? Or do you want to take the time to appreciate what's happening now? So, then we have Blair Davenport going against Naomi, which I did enjoy. And Naomi wound up getting the win. And then we had a WWE Tag Title match. DIY defending their coveted Tag Team Championships in a rematch against Theory and Waller, which was a damn good match I enjoyed. And then DIY wound up getting the win, and then the Bloodline came out and demolished everyone. Not just DIY, but they demolished Austin Theory, and they demolished Grayson Waller. Then they called out Cody Rhodes to address Cody and Solo at SummerSlam. Cody came out looking like he knew, okay, I know I'm walking into a 4-on-1 beatdown. I don't give a damn. Cody came out and, yeah, he got put on the ass end of an ass kicking. Randy came out to try and help even things up. Did not really go to his avail. Did not go the way that they were looking for. And instead, Cody wound up getting hung up on the ropes. All the while, Randy got completely wrecked and demolished. And he got triple powerbomb through the announce table, and the whole time they're doing this, you hear Cody yelling, "Solo! Solo, no! No, it's me you want! It's me, not him!" You know, begging and yelling like, "Don't hurt my friend. It's me you want. Come and get me." Which, I'm not gonna lie, if they do wind up having Randy and Cody at some point down the road, this is definitely perfect fuel for it. So, with that said, that is it for SmackDown. So, let's get into this week's show. Raw in Dayton. It starts out with Mommy coming out and returning. Rhea Ripley coming out as, "Oh, Mommy ever, oh so Ken." And man, oh man, whew. Mommy was mad, which, I gotta tell you, I got conflicting feelings on it. On one hand, really, really hot. But on the other hand, I'm also really, really scared. Not quite sure on how to feel right now. Yeah, so she talks about on how she was gone for 3 months. And during that time, Liv Morgan, she goes and takes her championship. And she tries to take her Dom. And then you see Dom come out with a single black rose, which, you know, Dom, you're lucky I don't file for gimmick infringement because we all know the black rose is my bit. But then we go see he's trying to apologize to her. "Listen, mommy, please let me explain. And then you see then you see Liv up on the Titantron. "I plan on taking everything from you, including Daddy Dom." And then So Rhea issues the challenge. Easy for me to say. Rhea issues a challenge for them two at SummerSlam for the Women's World Championship, and then says point blank, I'm not just gonna end your revenge tour. I'm going to end your career. Watch me." Which, yeah. Then we see throughout the course of the night on Raw, Dominic keeps trying to apologize to her. And the more he's trying, it's just like, no, wham! Like they see him walking backstage up to the Judgment Day's private room. And like she opens up the door, sees this big, beautiful bouquet of roses. "What's this?" I wanted to show you. I'm sorry, I was thinking about you all week." "You were thinking about me all week?" "Yeah." "Thinking about me all week?" "Yeah." "So why weren't you thinking about me all this time I was gone?" Wham! Slams the door in his face, turns around, "Priest." "Told you, man. How's it going?" "Priest, you couldn't have warned me?" "Hey, I did try to warn you. I told you to take care of this Liv situation a while ago. You didn't. So, how's it going for you?" Turns around, next thing you know, Liv, wham! Throws a bouquet of roses at Dom's face. "That well, huh? Okay." So, we'll get into some of the other shenanigans in a bit, but now let's get into the first match of the night. Sheamus going against Big Bronson Reed and we got, in the immortal words of Biggie, I never get tired of this. We got two big meaty men with big meaty chests bumping meat. And we have meat on meat action. We had two big meaty men bumping meat all up in that ring. And this is my favorite kind of wrestling to watch, when you got two big beefy guys like this going at each other, and not in the kind of like you got two LJM figures just smashing each other like gah 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 kind of style, you know, like if you saw a 6-year-old playing with them. No, it's like when you got two big meaty guys like that are actually really athletic and can work, then man, you get me down, you put me in front of a TV and with that kind of a match on, I'm as happy as a box of fluffy ducks, man. No lie. Now, I dug this match. I absolutely loved it. I thought this was a great way to start the show with this. Now, match came to an end when Bronson Reed, he went up to go for a moonsault, did a moonsault, missed Jimmy completely. He then in turn, boom, hit him with a pump knee. 1, 2, 3, your winner, Sheamus. He's out gloating, celebrating, fella! And next, you see Reed getting ready to go to attack him. Then Pete Dunne goes and makes a save. Shades from last week when Sheamus saved Dunne. And then, after that save, then Pete Dunne just then, boom, sneak attacks Sheamus from behind. So, as Pete Dunne would say, doing the shrug gesture for those that are only listening to this. Next up, we got women's action. Zelina Vega going against Sonya Deville, and they showed a backstage segment that explained this match, and not gonna lie, there was the backstage segment. I was a little terrified at the beginning because you see Zelina just standing there holding that sandal, and okay, anyone that has ever had to deal with an angry Latina woman holding a sandal knows just on how dangerous that is. Trust me. Yeah. So then we get the in-ring, and in the ring you see Zelina putting Vaseline on her neck. You know she mean business then. And for those that don't know, let me explain. Putting Vaseline on the neck so that way, neck can't get scratched up and clawed up like that. So yeah, that's on how you know she mean business. Whew. But unfortunately this was pretty much just a squash match because this is Sonya's return, and it's to help assert dominance because Sonya, Shayna Baszler, and Zoey Stark are all a new trio, a women's trio that are meant to assert dominance over it all. So yeah, Sonya wound up getting the win, and then just as they were about to do a massive beatdown, they were saved by Katana, Kayden Carter, and Lyra. So yeah. Next up, we got Damian Priest going against Braun Strowman, and before this happened, Priest, he called out Gunther and they had a promo back and forth talking about Priest pretty much saying, listen, I seen the little hype up videos that they say about you. You didn't dream of this. You didn't want none of this, all that. That's all well and good. But here's the thing, bro. You got fed everything you wanted in here. You just came in and they just fed you everything on a silver spoon. I had to fight and claw my way out of the streets to get to here. To get this, referring to the title. And I'll be damned if I let someone like you take this from me. And Gunther just looking, I respect that. You worked and fought your way to where you're at. And for that, I have nothing but respect for you. But at the end of the day, you're nothing, compared to me, you are nothing more but street trash. So, what this is definitely coming off really good. And I'm looking forward to this match between them two at SummerSlam. Just as them two are forehead to forehead looking like, oh, you want to go? Listen, we can go right now, Chief. Just go ahead, shoot your shot, and we'll go right here, right now. Then you hear Braun Strowman's music hit. So, and then we come to the match. It was pretty good. It was solid, hard hitting. Priest, Priest was leading into the commercial break. And then post-break, you saw Priest working on Strowman's knee, and that was because before they went to the break, Strowman went to go for that Strowman Express run, and then Priest sidestepped, threw him over the timekeeper's barricade, and Strowman, he was clenching his leg, all looking almost like Peter Griffin-esque, like, ah. So, yeah. So, fast forward that post-commercial break, decent action, had some nice back and forth, but you saw Strowman, he was working, looking like he was fighting through the pain on the knee, but unfortunately, not enough because Priest got him with the South of Heaven choke slam, and yeah, 1, 2, 3. After that, Gunther then came out, and then them two started throwing some hands, and whoo man, this is going to be a good fight come SummerSlam. So next up, we got women's tag action. We got K2, Kayden Carter, and Katana Chance going against Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark. Now, it should be noted, Kayden and Katana did have Lyra, as well as Shayna and Zoey did have Sonya with them. So, the heels, they were leading at the start, with the faces leading post-break. Or, not post, I'm sorry, with the faces leading into the commercial break, I should say. Heels were leading post-break, with Katana being the punching bag for a bit. Kayden got the tag in, but it wasn't like a hot tag. You know, there was that pause like it was a hot tag, but it didn't build up. There wasn't any anticipation, kind of a build up into that tag, if it makes sense. But either way, match came to an end when Shayna and Zoey, they wound up getting Katana in, and then did that powerbomb toss over into Shayna, doing a boom, right knee, right to the mush for the 1, 2, 3. That was it. Next up, we got Dominic Mysterio going against Jey Uso. And this is where some of those shenanigans I was talking about earlier took place. Because after Rhea threw the roses, then you saw Jey Uso coming on over. So Dom, my man. Mommy. I hear she's... So, Mommy tossed you to the curb. So, that means she's single, right? Let me go shoot my shot. Yeet! And all that jazz, and then next thing you know, you just see Priest looking at Dom. You just gonna let him do that, dude? Man, you were in prison. I want you to think about this. Somebody step like that to you, what would you do? Huh? Go out, go get it done. Go get a match made for it. And then you saw Dom try and go and say something to Rhea about it, like, and she just like, she was like, and so, well, I don't want him thinking that. I don't want him thinking he can do that with you. He needs to understand that you're mine. Excuse me, I'm yours? And it was just like that, one of those awkward moments like in a movie where you just hear the record scratch, like, oh. And she just looked, she's like, ugh. And then walked off, and all you see is just Carlito lean over. Not cool. That was not cool. So now we get to the match. And Dom, he did a sneak attack on Jey right before the bell rang. Had nice action at the start with Dom leading in their break. Post break, you saw a build up rise for Jey. And at one point, Liv came out to try and cheer Dominic on. Dominic saw it. He gets all up in her face. What the hell are you doing here? Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't want you here. You are screwing everything up for me. Get out of here. And then you see Jey do a slide and drop kick. And then Dom lands on top of Rhea, and on top of Liv. Liv capitalizes, clenches her legs, and rolls him over to where she's on top of him. And Dominic's just like, what the, and then next thing you hear Rhea's music hit, and she's storming out mad, and Liv is just like, oh shit, she's here. Let me just, I'll call you later, honey. And she just had that kind of look on her face, and then ran off through the crowd. which, again, Pat McAfee could not say, I counted. Pat McAfee said it about 3, maybe 4 times. People were yeeting in the Nutter Center. Have fun with that sentence, folks. Then you see Dominic get up, looking at Rhea. Listen, it's not what it looks like. I can explain, please. Just give me a second. Next thing you know, all you see is Rhea looking at him. Get in there and finish the job. He goes in, tries to go to finish. Next thing you know, boom, Jay hits him with a spear, goes up, hits a splash for the 1, 2, 3. Jay Uso is your winner. Afterwards, though, you just see Rhea on the mic going to Dom. Dom, you need to understand something. You don't own me. I own you. And then just left it at that and was like, now come here, like dragging him along like a dog. And he just has this look like, what? Which, okay. So even though his name is Dom, he is not the Dom. Those that know. So now we come to main event of the night. Ilja Dragunov going against Sami Zayn. And oh man. Now, earlier in the night, you saw Braun Breaker button heads with Adam Pearce over this match. Like, you're going to let Ilja Dragunov challenge Sami Zayn, even though with what I did last week. Really? Come on now. You know on how this is going to go. Yes, I do, Braun. In fact, that is why I have security here. These fine gentlemen are going to escort you out of the building to make sure you don't do anything to cost this match. Gentlemen, if you could. And then Braun's just like, alright, you know what? Fine. I'm out. So here we go with the match. Really good start with Sami leading into the break. Post break, you could see Ilja. He was like, felt like Ilja was leading the pace to me. And I don't know on how else to describe it, but it feels like the longer a match goes, the sooner, and it's more of a matter of sooner rather than later. Ilja winds up looking like he's about to go all Super Saiyan and just like, Gah! and then get like big giant blonde hair and blue eyes. But as the match is going on, it looks like Ilja's about to go and finish it and close it in. Next thing you know, boom, we get a DQ because Braun Strowman shows up out of nowhere, spears Ilja, and then takes out Sami, and then the show ends with the camera right on Braun Breaker. So, what that tells me, chances are we're probably going to wind up having Sami and Braun. Let me rephrase that. Gut instinct is telling me one-on-one matchup with Sami and Braun at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental. Least likely scenario is Sami, Braun, and Ilja for the Intercontinental at SummerSlam. But either way, with that said, folks, that is it for this week's show. I did forget to mention it at the beginning of the episode because I was so caught up with what I was about with being a Fanatic affiliate now. We're doing a contest. Build us up. We hit 500 before SummerSlam. I will personally buy you one of these What a Maneuver t-shirts that you can get at whatamaneuver.net. I will personally, you subscribe to the channel, take a snapshot showing you subscribe. Hit me up on Twitter, @TimVicious, subbed to your channel. That's all you got to do. Show me, then follow up with the screenshot. Your name will be put in a drawing. Winner of that drawing will get a Vicious Ranch shirt out of my own pocket. I will pay for the shirt. I will pay for the shipping. I will pay for it all. Out of my personal pockets right here, folks. All you got to do is just hit subscribe. That's all it takes. It costs literally $0 to enter this. So, with that said, folks, Thank you to contributor of the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. If you're listening to this show on Spotify, leave us a 5-star. Leave us 5 stars if you feel we've earned it. Follow the show on there. We are trying to build up the Spotify platform as well, the RSS feed. Check out Vicious Chats as well as Vicious Words of Wisdom. Vicious Chats comes out every other week. Vicious Words of Wisdom drops every Monday and Thursday. Plus, you never know when I'm going to drop a random video or a short on YouTube. Plus, folks, don't forget to follow these cool-ass cats on the Twitter, DSB_IV, main event _net, the Main Event Wrestling Network Twitter account, Sergeant Curry Pants, 3 Count Thursday, and D Dryer 1986. I am on Twitter at Tim Vicious, and folks, like I always tell you, you love me great, you hate me. Well,
shut up and sit down.
Fuck this.